On Market Monday this week, we're going to be talking about Irvine for May 31st, 2021. If you want sent directly to your email for the market that you're actually in, feel free to shoot me a comment down below. You can send me a text, DM, call, email, whatever's easiest for you. Also, I am on every single major social media platform that I could at least think of as Andrew Parker Realty. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, I'm here to provide value for you, and I want to make sure that that value is as accessible as possible for you. Okay, Market Monday Irvine. Bang! Just like always, there's your full market report. I'm only going to be focusing on the most important numbers for you. Now, year to date, there's been an increase of almost 65% new listings, and then another increase of about 60% of sold listings as compared to last year. It's good to see that inventory is on the rise, but at the same time, we're still comparing it to a really tough beginning to last year. Now, there's also been an increase year to date of 11.5% for your average sold price. That means that properties as compared from last year's to date to this year's to date have appreciated about 11% in only a year. Now, something really interesting to notice with Irvine is that the days on market has dropped about 35%. If you look at the graph and follow that black line, it's been on a pretty steady decline with these homes selling so much faster. What does this mean for sellers? You might not have to wait so long to get your money. For buyers, it means you gotta act quickly. Now, the list to sales price ratio is really interesting for Irvine. Year to date, we're up about 2% as compared to last year, but I really wanted to focus on this graph because I think this is really interesting. The dark blue is gonna be your original list price, whereas the light blue will be your ending sales price, so what the home actually sold for. As you can see, for the past 3 years, that light blue line has never been higher than the list price. That means sales prices have never reached over list price on average. Now, what you're also going to notice is that dark blue line, the list price, has been steadily increasing. That means homes are being listed for higher prices, but yet the fact that the light blue line is meeting with it means that buyers are willing to spend even more money and now go over, on average, the list price in order to buy that property. Now, another key statistic we should check out is that month supply of inventory. Remember, a neutral market would be around 5 months. As you remember, in the beginning of this video, we mentioned that there's about 65% more new listings this year than there were last year. And yet the month supply of inventory is still going down. That means more buyers are wanting to make their way into this really big city. Now, that might have something to do with the fact that the average sales price as compared from last April to this April has only increased about 17%. Now, if you recall from last week, we spoke about Newport Beach. Those homes appreciated year over year 56%. Now let's compare those sold and new properties of this year compared to last year for Irvine. Now remember, this is only accounting for 1/3 of the year. So we can multiply this by 3 and get a general idea of where this market could end up for the rest of the year. Now, if we do that, we can see that we could theoretically end up with almost 900 more properties sold this year for Irvine and about $1.4 billion more of sold volume for this year as compared to the entirety of last year. Now look, I got a question for you. Do you like salmon? No? How about tuna? Because next week, we're headed to Laguna Beach. Next week, Market Monday, Laguna Beach. Stay tuned.